I feel Jesus. I feel Jesus. I feel Jesus in this place. Yes, my soul does burn within me. I feel Jesus in this place. I feel Jesus. I feel Jesus. I feel Jesus in this place. Yes, my soul does burn within me. I feel Jesus in this place. I just want to share some words of encouragement with someone, because these words encouraged me this morning while I was in my worship. That song just pierced my soul, because I made a connection between something that happened last night with that song. And first of all, I feel like I can just lay and worship, but gotta go to work. But like yesterday, I was doing one of my exercises, and I held it for a little longer than I needed to, and my legs was burning. I was burnt out for the next exercise a little bit. I finished. But my wife told me, she said, "Babe, you held that exercise for a little longer than you needed to. You know you went overboard, right?" I was like, oh, I wasn't paying attention. I was measuring my performance instead of timing. So timing is very important, because it's just as important as performance. And when I was singing that song this morning earlier, I realized that we measure our performance with the wrong tools. If Jesus said before he ascended into heaven, "Lo, I will be with you always, even until the end of time." If Jesus is there with us in every situation, in this place, this place in that song, it kind of opened up to me, because this place is anywhere you are, wherever you are. And we have to be aware at all times, as much as possible. It's not always easy, but we have to be aware that God is there with us through everything. And while we're measuring what we do and what our next step is, and how well we're doing by everyone else's standards but God's. And the thing is that it's hard to separate what you've been taught, what's been ingrained in you, what you even judge yourself on. We are our worst critics. I know I am. And sometimes we do things more than we need to, or we stay in places longer than we need to, because we're using the wrong measuring tool. If he said, "Lo, I am with you always," all we have to do is ask. That's all we have to do. "Lord, how am I doing? Lord, what's next? Lord, is this all right? Lord, measure my performance. God, tell me how I'm doing." And even in Isaiah it says, "Before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you." So we've got everything that we need in Christ, and we have everything that we could ever imagine as far as how well we're doing in life, or what our next steps are. And this place is so powerful in that song, because it doesn't matter where you are, God is always there. We think that we need to call folks to to validate where we are or what we're doing or what our next step should be. But God is always there. Lo, I will be with you always, even until the end of time. Our dependency should be on the voice of God. Our dependency should be on the purpose that God has placed inside of us. And who you are right now is just fine. I mean, because God is committed to completing that perfect work that He started in us. Even before we were in our mother's womb, He knew us. So everything's going to be all right. Sometimes we got to take the stress off of ourselves from trying to do the best job, to be the best person. I mean, always strive for that. But whose standards are you living by? We've got a whole lot more stress on our shoulders and in our spirits because we're listening to everything and everyone else instead of God. And that comes from relationship. That comes from talking to God. That comes from prayer. That comes from listening. That comes from being guided, because God will send you messages. God will send you signs. And God will send you confirmations and affirmations through a child, through a billboard, through a stranger. So feel Jesus in this place, in whatever place that you're in. Just thought I'd share that. That blessed my soul today. Have a wonderful day.